The Phoenix Suns need to just feed DeAndre Ayton. Give DeAndre Ayton the ball. This game right here was the opportune time for the Phoenix Suns to close this series out in 5. They could have closed it out in 5. I predicted them to close out in 6, but they could have closed it out in 5. I'm not going to say easily, but they could have closed it out. You know why? Zubac did not play today. All right? He did not play. You have DeAndre Ayton right there. You don't have a center. You don't have a scrub center. You have a center who is a good defender and who is highly skilled on the offensive side of the ball. You have a center who is capable of scoring 24 and 12. Okay? But he's not getting the opportunities. His field goal percentage is up to 70% in this series. Give this man the ball. He have a smaller defender in Marcus Morris Jr. on him. Marcus Morris Jr. is a brilliant defender. But guess what? He's giving up about 4 to 5 inches with DeAndre Ayton by guarding him. Give him the ball. Whenever Chris Paul is running the pick and roll, or whenever he's running the pick, instead of running the pick just to get a big man on you so you can isolate and try to take him off the dribble because you're going to be quicker and faster and it's hard for that defender to keep up with you because he is a bigger defender. Guess what? The person that was guarding you is now guarding DeAndre Ayton. So now DeAndre Ayton, he doesn't have a 6'8" forward on him anymore. Guess who he has on him? He has a 6'3" guard on him now. A 6'2" guard on him now. Give him the ball. In the words of Shaquille O'Neal, that's barbecue chicken for him. You got to feed him. Feed the beast. Feed him. It's inexcusable for DeAndre Ayton to be only taking 9 shots in this game here. This game here. And see, now, instead of closing it out in front of your home crowd in 5, now you're going to have to go travel to Los Angeles again. Not saying the Suns are going to lose the series, but, I mean, wouldn't you rather get it over with right now instead of delaying it? Because, see, you run the risk of teammates potentially getting hurt. You run the risk of, hey, you know what? If we close them out in 5, guess what? You know what? We get more time to rest and see who's going to win out of the Hawks and Bucks, which it's probably going to end up being the Bucks in 5 depending on how severe Trae Young's ankle injury is. Okay. But yeah, I could not believe it. You know, I'm watching this game and I'm like, man, okay, Book shot 9 for 22, CP3 shot 8 for 19. DeAndre Ayton only had 9 shots. That's inexcusable. No. DeAndre Ayton should not have the same amount of shots as Jay Crowder, okay, or anybody else on that team. That's not Devin Booker. You know, like I said, I think about the greatest point guards that ever existed, and because that's the way we're judging Chris Paul. You know, everybody wants to put him on the top 5 of all time. Me, I don't have him top 5 of all time, but I have him definitely top 5 in his era, probably the best point guard in his era. Okay, but I think about John Stockton. Okay, if he had DeAndre Ayton on his team, John Stockton is going to feed DeAndre Ayton, especially in the situation where the opposing team starting center, who's averaging 12 points, 11 boards, and who's a 7'1" center, is not playing. All right, Magic Johnson, he is going to feed DeAndre Ayton. All right, Isaiah Thomas is going to feed DeAndre Ayton. I know Isaiah Thomas was more of a scoring point guard, but Isaiah Thomas can pass too, people. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. All right, especially in a situation with the Clippers. See, the Clippers, their elite defenders is out on the perimeter. Their elite defenders is not in the post, not in the paint. All right, that's how Avery Johnson say, in the paint. Speaking of Avery Johnson, guess what? Avery Johnson would be giving that ball to Tim Duncan, David Robinson, the Admiral. He would be feeding it to them. I mean, who was that? Kendrick Perkins. He compared DeAndre Ayton to the Admiral. He has that potential, but guess what? He's not going to reach that potential if CP3 is not giving him the ball. CP3, check this out. This probably is going to be your last shot to get to NBA Finals as a starting point guard. I'm not saying it is, but it's quite possible. You never know. Okay, so instead of trying to beat them, yours and Devin Booker's way, all right, feed the ball to DeAndre Ayton. Give him the ball. He has a smaller defender on him all day. All right? Give him the ball. See what will happen. I guarantee you, you feed DeAndre Ayton, guess what? You will close out the Clippers. If you do not feed him, guess what? You're not going to close the Clippers out. You are not. You are not. So you might as well get used to trying to feed him, because if you're going to be facing the Milwaukee Bucks, guess what? You're going to have to feed DeAndre Ayton if you want to keep Giannis honest on defense. I'm telling you. All right. But anyways, hey, what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber with a podcast. You know, I'm not in the NBA, but I'm just observing what I see. DeAndre Ayton is a highly skillful big man. There was a reason why he was the number 1 pick of the draft, 4 years ago. Highly skilled big man on offense and defense. Hey, give him the rock. All right. Tell you what, share your thoughts. Tell me, do you think the Suns should have given DeAndre Ayton the ball more? He only had 9 shots in this game, people. 9 shots. All right. Do you think DeAndre Ayton should have got the ball more and maybe the Suns would have won? Or do you think that even if they would have fed DeAndre Ayton the ball more, they would have lost? Share your thoughts, comment below, hit that subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace.